Did You Have To is a proud member of the But Why Though podcast community.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Did You Have To, the podcast where I guess at this point we just talk about anime. As always, I'm Kate.
And I'm Nisha. And yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, yeah, I like that new tagline. We just talk about anime.
Yeah. We're just two bad bitches that talk about anime.
Yay! Oh my god, can that be it? I love that.
Well, you put it as our header on our Twitter, and I was like, that's dope. I like that so much.
Okay, I kind of was pushing to see, like, will I get away with this, or will Kate take it down and change it? So.
Oh, hell no. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So, yeah. We can be Did You Have To? Just two bad bitches talking about anime.
Yay! That's going to be the shirt.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good.
Megan Thee Stallion would be proud.
Oh, she really would. And we're going to talk about her a little bit today. Because today's episode is all about how anime is pretty much pop culture now. And, like, mainstream pop culture. We're no longer in the phase of, like, the weebs hide. Or I guess at the point, like, when the weebs were hiding, it was otaku. But, like...
Right. Exactly. It's like... We're going to get into it, y'all. Like Kate said, it's pretty much like people like Michael B. Jordan, Megan Thee Stallion, like famous ass people watch anime and know about anime. It's no longer just like this weird thing that the kids in the back of the classroom watch on their phones. And like it's an actual industry. Who would have thought?
Yep, I'm super excited.
Same. But are we doing crunch time? I just want to make sure. I can remember.
Yeah, we can do crunch time. We can definitely do crunchy time.
Great. Awesome.
You go first.
You want to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay. For mine, I have been getting into the mood of sports anime. So I have been watching Haikyuu. I'm going to mess up the name. It's the volleyball anime. It's the boys team volleyball anime.
Ooh. That sounds cool.
It is so cool, and it brings back, like, all the feels of, like, being a student athlete in high school and college.
That's awesome.
It reminds me of, like, damn, I do miss playing volleyball with friends in high school, even though, like, all the drama of playing sports in high school and college nearly broke me. But it's just... It's all about, like, all the feel-good things about competition and, like, fighting and doing everything you can and, like, working hard and having a rival, having someone to compete and make you better and train with. And it's just, like, it just fills me up with positive thinking. It has brought me to, like, consider to joining a adult volleyball league, which I looked into.
Aww.
But they are expensive. And I'm upset about that. But I think I still might do it. I'm going to find a cheaper one. But to give y'all just like the summary of it, I just want to make sure. So, like, it's from... Sorry. I felt the sneeze. So yeah, it was originally a manga. It's in Shonen Jump. It basically tells the story of Hinata, who is a very, very... He's a small boy. He's 5'4", like me. So maybe I see myself in this character.
Is that why you identify with it?
I think so. If we look through my history of why I identify with certain characters, Deku, this character.
Are they small?
Are they small? And do they fight all their hardest with all their body and break parts of their bones to be the very best? Yes. For validation? Yes. And are they the underdog? Yep. So yeah, he's 5'4", and he has had the dream of playing volleyball ever since he saw the Tiny Giant play on TV. The Tiny Giant played on the high school team Karasuno, and he's just been in love with the sport ever since he saw someone who was short play a very competitive sport. So then ever since all through junior high, he trained and he tried to put together a team, and that was always his dream, just to get on a volleyball court and to play the sport that he loves so much.
Yeah.
And he worked hard at it. He did it. He finally was able to play only one tournament in junior high, and they got creamed. Like, they got destroyed. But the amazing thing about Hinata is he has hops. Like, he has amazing speed and agility, and he has, like, a natural reflexes. But he's not the best volleyball player. So then he meets his rival there, and it kind of leads to them ending up on the same team in high school. And it's like his rival is called, his nickname is the King of the Court, and it's not, it's kind of like an insult because he's very bossy and that made him burn bridges with his teams. So it's now you have the dynamic of two rivals who were like, no, I said I was going to beat you in high school. I don't want to play with you in high school. So now it's like they've become this unbeatable duo. But now when they get to high school, they're introduced to their upperclassmen who they both ended up going to Krasno, Hanada's dream school, to play volleyball, who once were champions, have now become fallen champions. And they're just trying to bring back honor to their school's sports team. And other adorable sports. Good, like, it's that good sports anime drama that I crave.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I did not watch anything nearly as heartwarming. I watched an ecchi named Sankarea, Undying Love.
I watched it too.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
It
is 12 episodes of absolute fan service. The plot goes like this. Zombie-obsessed Furuya is making a potion to reanimate his dead cat when he meets Rhea. She's about as miserable as a girl can get thanks to her creepy, domineering father. When the pain becomes too much, she tries to commit suicide with a sip of Furuya's weird elixir. The potion doesn't kill her, but it does turn her into a zombie.
Yep.
The show is dark.
Very.
It's real dark. It's real creepy. I do love the cat, and it made me so sad. But yeah, it's a lot. I enjoy, like, there are actually some really, so when it says like creepy domineering, like the dad is in love with his daughter because his, like, it's straight up that trope because her mother died.
Yeah. And it's so, like, they straight up say it.
Yeah.
And
it's no not beating around the bush. It's like she realizes, oh yeah, my dad shouldn't be taking naked pictures of me every year. And that's,
and like, I think so I watched up a few episodes also of this before I got to get back into it. But like the episode when she confides into her friend about it.
Yeah.
And then the dad makes it so the friend goes away. I'm like, this is some abusive shit.
It was. It got deep and dark and like it was a lot. Like it went places. Like it does have typical fan service. Like there's a whole bunch of like panty shots and like we're gonna zoom in on the crevice of her boobs. And this is also a teenager. But at the same time, like it was one of those things where it felt weird watching, but then at the same time I was also like, this actually has a lot of heart to it. In this like really weird fucked up way. But I think what pulled me into this the most and really what made me like keep watching it was that they the horror references, like all of the zombie references, like Furuya is in love with the horror genre and he comes to it early, and like outside of his like creepy obsession with boning a dead girl, like I don't identify with that at all, but the like horror elements are really cool, and like you could tell that like I believe it was based on a manga before, but like you could tell that the people behind this story understood horror and loved it as much as they made Furuya love it when they wrote it. It's still real creepy, but like it's good.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up the manga because I read the manga before I knew this anime existed.
Oh, okay.
So, like, reading the manga, I'm like, oh, like, they didn't beat around the bush either with the dad thing.
Yeah.
So, like, even when I was reading it, I'm like, okay, this is, like, this is dark. But, like you said, what I really enjoyed was just, like, it's like the whole, and it's very fan servicey, but it's like the horror side of it, like just how deep into the zombie lore they went into it. I really enjoyed that part the most. it's just like him loving zombies and like the horror genre and all of that. And I thought that was like what really caught my attention. I'm just like, okay, I got to figure out all this. Like, I want to know like their lore of the zombies, or like, you know, how like their whole thing of just like how were they able to bring them back to life. But it's only 12 episodes, so it's a very easy read. I mean, easy watch. Yeah. But so that's our crunch time.
That's crunchy time. That was the part of the show where we tell you what animes we watch.
Yep.
Oh, and to give some context as to why we're not doing like a live action review today, I was at PAX for what felt like an eternity, and I'm real tired, and I had no time to watch anything.
You literally went to like the time. What is it? Crap. I was trying to make a joke about the time zone. I can't remember.
I went to the worst time zone. I went to the time zone that is 2 hours behind where I am, and by the time
Twilight Zone. That's what it's called.
And by the time my like body was okay with it being Pacific time, we were back home, and then we were home for a day, and then we went to the Borderlands 3 launch party, and then we came back home, and then I think I've put out 26 pieces since last Tuesday. It's in a week. So I'm real tired, but we've been gone for a little while, so I wanted to make sure that we recorded and got an episode out.
Yep, which I think, back to what you said in the beginning, I think it's safe to say that we truly have evolved into, like, we just talk about anime. Yeah. Like, and that can come in the form of live action adaptations, which we started off as, but, like, there's just so much. Like, anime has expanded and grown and done so much over the years. So... we are allowed to talk about whatever we want because it's our show, but also
it's our show. Busy. We make the rules.
Yes, we do. And I also wasn't going to put Kate through watching a live action as she's traveling and trying to catch up on sleep. So
I need something good to watch.
I mean, spooky season is here.
Oh yeah, spooky season.
So we get to watch obviously, y'all know me and Kate like horror, so we was going to watch all the horror live action adaptations anyways, but now we have an excuse to watch them all.
Yeah. I will say this, have you watched out Carol and Tuesday at all?
I did. I binged it.
I'm not surprised. I should
you
have
were
known.
Gone. I wasn't going to wait.
I should have known. But yes, that's next on my to-watch list. So nothing from Funimation or Crunchy Time, just Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah. How's Promised Neverland coming along? That's what I thought.
I don't want anything to make me feel bad when I'm already tired.
Not gonna make it's not going to make you feel that bad. You're past the worst part of it. Yeah. And I mean the worst as in like a child dying unexpectedly.
Yeah, that's fine. Fuck them kids.
No, it's the opposite.
No? Okay.
We cheer for the babies.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be rough. Okay.
Oh, God. You're just... so now the cosplay that Kate has to do is dress up as the mama from The Promised Neverland.
Oh, my God, I should!
With a silver platter with a baby just covered in ketchup.
That would be amazing, Nisha. Do you know what you just spoke into this world?
You know, I did just give you the best Halloween costume ever. You did. It won't take much. Just a black dress and an apron.
Yes.
Yep. But, anywho, let's get into this discussion.
Yes, so, you can start. Lead the way.
Yeah, so kind of like what we've talked about before, and I mean, we've kind of gotten into this rabbit hole before on other episodes where anime, like the fandom, the culture, has truly grown since, even before when we got into it, when we were born. But like from where it started, you know, our parents watching Speed Racers, I don't know, I know my dad watched Speed Racer, to like now, even where like, when we were growing up on Toonami, and everything, and it was more like, if you liked anime and you're that kid in the classroom, some kids would be like, oh, cool, you watch Dragon Ball Z, and then sometimes you get the kids' reactions who are like, ew, gross. You watch anime?
Oh, yeah, got a lot of those.
Exactly, and it's usually like, ugh, why do you watch that show? I'm like, what the hell do you watch? Like, we're 10. So, and then even through high school and all that, and now we have come to the glorious era in the year of 2019, where you will see people like Megan Thee Stallion dress in cosplay as she twerks on stage.
Yep.
And talk and rap about how she's a bad bitch. Or even better yet, she'll pose and cosplay as Todoroki from My Hero Academia.
On the cover of, was it Paper?
On the cover of Paper magazine.
Like, that was big. And I think like, there's like also like this really great thing when you look at it. And I think like having stuff like Cannon Busters and Sesmanos coming out and everything is like, we have loved this stuff for so long.
Yep.
And having the faces of kind of like this popularizing of this of anime culture and being weebs, being people of color. Like I think about like the Nerdificent podcast with Iffy Whiteaway and Danny Fernandez. Like it really feels in ways that like people of color and you know, specifically in the music space, you know, black people are working and showing like, hey, we have loved this stuff. Stop making it seem like this isn't our space. One, anime avatar people. And two, we can do amazing things while being total weebs.
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's just like you said, when it comes to like, we're getting Seis Manos and we've had Cannon Busters came out recently and the Boondocks. Even.
Oh, yeah.
I think was something where it was one of the first times when people thought, oh, you know what? I think black people like anime. It's like almost this revolutionary thought still for some people. Yeah. I mean, not so much that black people like anime. I think nowadays it's more like black girls like
women
anime.
Or like women. Yeah, because once again, a space that we've been in, the moment it becomes popular, we can't have been there forever.
Nope, we must have just all appeared here because Michael B. Jordan said he watches Naruto. I'm sorry, I had to say it that way. But that was like, that's an example of itself when like he did I think it was in an interview and he lightly mentioned he watches anime, or John Boyega, like people like that mention like how much they love anime and they watch it, and then people are like, I can't believe that they watch anime. They must be faking, like, and they only talking about mainstream stuff like Dragon Ball and Naruto. I'm like, so in order to watch anime or get into it, you can only watch like the most indie anime. I don't even know. Like, what are you saying?
You have to watch it pirated straight from some torrent site from Japan, and it must be in the original Japanese with some janky subtitles that don't actually like accurately reflect what's happening.
The worst dubs.
It's just it's a lot. I think like one of the other things that happens to you, and I don't. Did I talk about it on here? I feel like I talked about it on here with our when we talked to Eunice of Black Girl Animes, but like for me it was really weird, and it's really weird going online because like I've never known that. So within my own community, like within like Latinos, like outside of high school and stuff, like I have been told that like that's a white person thing to like, which is real weird because it's a Japanese medium. But whatever. But like in high school, like the weebs that I hung out with, they were all black and Latino, predominantly Mexican. And so for me, it was just like, oh yeah, we're all weebs. We had like, there were no like white weebs in our circle, or even, I mean, our school was predominantly black and Hispanic, mainly Latinx, but it's been weird to kind of like see this transition and kind of like, oh yeah, y'all really don't think we're here.
Yeah, oh no, for sure. Like my parents, I think when I first started watching anime, and my mom would just be like, what's that stuff you watching? I'm just like, anime. And she's just like, anime? And not to like poke fun at my mom, but it's just like, she's just like, oh, she watching that white people stuff. I'm just like, it's not like, and not like, it's like, it's like with your parents, I didn't even try to explain at a certain point. But I also kind of got what you were saying. But then when it came to school, I would say like most of the people I know who watched anime, they were the black and brown kids in my class. They were, when I got to high school, mainly because I think I went to a predominantly white high school. I found that there were less black and brown kids that watched anime. I don't know if it's just like I didn't have enough of them in my class to talk about it or that were interested in it, but there just weren't as many around who watched it. There were a few people who did. And then there were like more, I met other people who watched it too. So, but yeah, I would say for most of the time I grew up, like in junior high, and in elementary, it was like black and brown kids. And then through high school, it just became like this desert of like, I would crave to meet somebody else who watched anime, and eventually I just kind of like kept it to myself quietly, because I think the only person I found out who watched anime, and she talks about how you watch that baby shit, I watch Death Note. And I was just like, and this is when I just keep it all to myself and don't share with anyone anymore, because you scary. Like, she was talking about making a Death Note. I'm like, I'm scared now. And
now one of your favorite animes is Berserk.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm so good. Yeah. But yeah, I think that says a lot about me. I think it was just because she creeped the hell out of me when she was just like, you watch that baby shit like Naruto. I'm like, they be bleeding on Naruto. What are you talking about? And then it turned into her, she's like, well, that, like, Death Note's so dark. And there's like, she was more into that emotional anime stuff. And I'm like, I like all anime. I'm kind of thirsty for all of it. I just want to get whatever I can. So that's, I think, when I had my first encounter with the weebs who hate other weebs or consider weebs to be lesser than them.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, that was an interesting dynamic.
So when we think about like anime making it into the mainstream, like I kind of like automatically, like the first people I think of is Wu-Tang Clan. Like they really brought a crap ton of anime, and they'd been doing it subtly, but like once you started watching Bruce Lee movies, and once you opened your eyes to like Asian genre, and I use that very, very widely, as in, you know, Asian art, Asian film, Asian TV, you start to listen to Wu-Tang with like a different sense, because all of a sudden you understand everything that they're rapping about. And that was probably one of like the first instances of realizing that. And then like now, like you said, people are talking about anime in interviews. People are like freaking Megan Thee Stallion's like Todoroki. Like, that's just
Todoroki
huge.
Tina. Like, that was one of the things, is like someone made the comment that like someone made the connection of like she goes by two in aliases. There's Hot Girl Meg and I think it is Todoroki Tina. Like, so it's kind of like, I'm like, was that inspired by Todoroki? Because that's some boss ass shit. I'm sorry, it's so dope. And like, she just like wears all these different like colorful wigs, and then sometimes she'll wear like an outfit, and I'm just be like, I see what you did there. I see, like, you subtly dressing up as Space Invader Lum, and like, but I know this anime, and you can't fool me. It's just so dope. Like, I'm just so, and it's like, even when she first came on the scene, I don't think when she first came on the scene, but it's like when she started getting like a lot of notoriety, and she was like twerking in a My Hero Academia shirt, and some people had the nerve to be like, she just doing it for clicks. I'm just like,
that's also like a real weird thing to do for clicks. Like, let me cater to the weebs. Like, 'cause surely that is my base. Let me cater to the weebs. Like, whoever said that?
Right. And it's like, because she wants to so she wants to impress a small fraction. I'm not saying weebs are a small fraction of the population, but I'm saying, do y'all know how niche of a group we are? And she wants to specifically cater to us. It can't be that you rather believe that instead of believing that she actually is into anime. Like, I'm sorry, like, it doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense. And then, but like you said, we've been here. We have been here, and she's younger than us. I think she's like 24.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's humbling. I wish I had her knees. But Yeah, it's just like one of those things where like people just like want to make these excuses and don't think we've been here or haven't like been in the hasn't been in the culture. But like going back to what you said, like with the Wu-Tang Clan, but like I think of like Lupe Fiasco even.
Oh yeah.
Like when he said the verse about something like Lupin the Third, and I was like, that's anime.
Yep.
I was just like, this man is talking about anime in this rap lyric. And then Kanye West, Stronger, that whole music video is Akira.
Yep. And then when you also like look at it too, like you have a band like the Gorillaz that comes up and it's all anime.
It is. It is all anime.
Linkin Park. One of Linkin Park's music videos was all anime.
That's true. Ooh, I like that one too.
Like,
and Linkin Park did Rock the Dragon, so I just feel like I will never ever miss up an opportunity to shout them out for giving me that anime intro. Just saying. And then it expands so much, and then that's just music we're kind of talking about. That's just a music almost in the music genre, and then like we've talked about Michael B. Jordan and John Boyega, but then when we met Musa at South by Southwest,
yeah.
That was dope. We bonded over just talking about anime.
So Musa Kresh, one of the stars of American Gods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our first interaction was about anime. And then Pablo Schreider popped up and was like, yeah, anime. And I was like, oh shit, okay.
And someone else was there. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I have to look him up. I can't not mention his name.
Omid,
yes. He was there, and he also was talking about like how he wasn't like super familiar with it, but he was aware of it. It's just like we were able to have a conversation with those three people about anime, and I'm like, here me and you are just two weebs. Like, who would have ever thought that weekend would have led to us having an anime discussion, an impromptu anime discussion with some television stars?
Yep.
It's like, it's everywhere, and then like clothing.
Yep.
I feel like I'm just saying, we live in the best timeline right now. I mean, let me correct that. Our timeline isn't the best all the time, but you know what? When it's moments like these, for weebs, we live in the best timeline. When I can have Megan Thee Stallion dressed up as Tina Todoroki on Paper Magazine, that is the best timeline. But it's like Adidas has come out with Dragon Ball Z shoes, where the shoes are inspired by the characters, like stuff like that. There's whole clothing line collaborations with anime series, like for like streetwear, hoodies, jackets, all this stuff. It's like you could throw some. Forever 21 has an anime section.
Yeah, Forever freaking 21, like.
The place where we'd go, and we probably look all over to just find a shirt in our size because everything's thrown on the floor. But no shade to y'all stores, but I hate y'all. But I will shop online for your anime shirts. But it's like crazy because like the last few years I've just noticed there's just more here where like I'd have to go to Hot Topic if I wanted to go find a crop top of like I don't know of Dragon Ball Z or anything.
Well, and the other thing, too, is just, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say something like, it's almost like one of those things, like, okay, when you liked anime, nobody thought you were attractive. Nobody.
Yeah,
you show up in a Sailor Moon shirt, and nobody was trying to talk to you. Like,
you right.
But now, like, that's completely changed.
Oh, my DMs can speak to that. Yeah. Like, not toot my own horn, but I will say I get some weird ass DM slides about that are related to anime, and I just sometimes regret letting y'all message me sometimes, because I'm waiting. Because one day a fine dude who like anime will walk into my life, or at least tolerate me and my anime love. Will walk into my life and not judge me. I'm just saying. But to your point, yeah, in high school, if a boy found out I liked anime, I'm even saying college, I kept that shit a secret. I was just like Wotakoi. I didn't let nobody know I was weeb. I kept shit to myself.
Push it down.
Deep down. You'll never find out what, like, oh, so what do you like to watch? I'm like, well, there's this anime called Full Metal Alchemist where they killed their mother. Or, like, could you imagine bringing that up on a first date in college?
I don't think I would have ever.
I didn't. If today now I'm just like, I have no, in 2019 I've gone on dates and talked about how much I love Berserk, and at great detail explained what Berserk is on a date. And it went okay. It was fine. Yeah, okay. I was impressed that he knew what he knew what I was talking about first, and he wasn't scared. So, well, I was more impressed that he wasn't scared. But my point is, it's like, you're right. It's like we were deemed as weird or like unattractive, or we were just looking for attention. That's the one that always got me. We were looking for attention by like an anime because some boys like the anime. And it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I can just like this thing. Like, it was the dark times, man. I don't miss high school at all.
Yeah. And I think the other thing, too, that I've kind of, like, noticing as stuff gets more mainstream is I'm noticing that a lot of people, like, we're losing less of that, like, fetishization of, like, Asian culture. It's still there, and it's still a big problem, especially with weebs. But, like, I do feel like the more... How to explain? I feel like the more that we are allowed to kind of like give anime a spot in American pop culture, I think we're also more likely to be able to own it and take it and not kind of warp it into this like real weird thing.
I agree. It's not this it's not otherized. I think. Yeah. Yeah. It's not this weird subculture kind of thing. Like, okay, we're basically talking about Into the Anime now.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, because like that's all she called it.
Yeah, like and that was our biggest problem with it. Is just like you're making it seem like anime is just like this forbidden, hidden, like unseen thing that not many people understand or don't get, when it's like in actuality millions of people understand what it is.
Yeah, and especially because that lady was doing it from Japan. Like,
the most
yes, lady, thing. These Japanese people who create this art have. Okay, I'm done.
This is the audacity is just the audacity of that entire review. Not review, but of that entire documentary is just like what we're kind of getting at is like she just feels like one of the girls from high school that would like be like, "Ooh, you're watching anime? That's weird." And then like it's like, what is weird about it? Please tell me what's weird about it. Like, I'm not gonna say that there aren't weird things in anime. There's a lot of weird shit in anime, but watching something that you enjoy that like talks about fantasy or magic or technology, or art, that it's like a creative storytelling tool. That's not something weird. It's just different from what you're used to seeing. But now we've gotten to the point where like there are plenty of people here to this day who have been watching anime for most of their lives. And it's not like we all just suddenly got into it. Yeah. It's just that we all, I think, feel more comfortable talking about it and sharing it.
Yeah.
And like you said, like it's become pop culture. It's no longer just like this subculture. It's not this hidden thing that people just don't talk about. It's this thing that a lot of people have been into a long time. And then like for whatever reason, like for me, like I said, I didn't find people after a certain point who I could talk about it with, or I was shunned by different fandoms. I didn't feel comfortable talking about it with people because I felt like I was being judged. But now y'all see me on Twitter. I have no shame anymore. I probably could use some shame, but I have no shame.
I have no shame. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to think about the last time that I had shame about anime, and
none.
It's been a while. It's been a long while.
It's been a while.
Real long while.
Like, I remember when I was younger, and then, like, if I was watching an anime, and then I'm like, okay, so usually if it had, like, like, some demons in it or whatever, I would turn the channel real quick if my parents came by, because my dad's a pastor, and my mom, and she's a pastor's daughter. So it's a generational thing. But the point is, it's not that I would be shamed. I just didn't want to have the conversation of demons and stuff. So I would turn real quick, or it'd be something weird like a girl's going through a magical transformation and she's naked, and now I feel ashamed that I have to explain why is she naked while she's going through her transformation. So, but now I have no shame. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's what it is. But
yeah, no, because I'm even thinking about, like, well, I guess, like, with my mom or whatever, because, like, my mom just found the MCU, but she still has, like, no idea what anime is. She's never even known it as distinct from other things. Like, it's just, it's a cartoon on the TV.
Same.
That's it. Like that's all it is. It's the cartoons.
The cartoons. Yeah, my mom was like, those Japanese cartoons. That's what she would call them. Or like I
actually, like, am fully curious to know if my mom actually knows that they're Japanese. I don't think she does. But
that'll be just let's bring Kate's mom on the show, guys.
Have my mom watch an episode of an anime.
What would you have her watch? Is the better question.
I don't know.
The Promised Neverland.
My mom already thinks I'm the devil because I'm an atheist. I can't be showing her that.
Okay, so Blue Exorcist.
God!
The church is in it.
Yeah! I don't know, honestly.
I mean, I would just if I had to show my mom an anime, I'm going to show her Sailor Moon. I feel like that's the safest route. Or,
I would show my mom My Hero Academia just because, like, she has fallen in love with the MCU. I would do that.
That is a good one. Actually, now that I think about it.
It has Western themes. It's really accessible, especially to, like, people who are into comic books, and that was the purpose of it. Yeah, that.
I think, technically, because this is, I have watched an anime with my mom. And I think it's technically an anime. Have you ever heard of Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland?
Yes! I had that VHS!
I watched that to death as a child. And I'm looking it up to confirm it, but I think it was an anime? Technically? Like, let me look it up. I can't find it. Wait, the director's name is Masami Hara. Where is it made? Okay. I'll have to put in the show notes if I ever can confirm it. Where was it made? Like, originally. But I'm I swear I remember, like, looking it up on YouTube one day and finding out that there was a Japanese cut.
Ooh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, did I imagine that? But I am, like, 99% sure it's an anime.
Yeah, Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland. Yeah, it is totally.
It is.
It's an anime.
I was right.
It's made by Masami Hata.
Yes,
it was made in conjunction with an American studio.
And his name rings a bell for me, but I can't find anything on him. Like, it's bothering me.
It does sound familiar.
Yeah.
What else did he do?
That's what I was kind of, like, hoping, but...
Yeah, I know. I had this movie. I had it. I was, like, in love with it.
Yep. So, I guess that is actually my first anime ever.
He did a few episodes of Initial D.
Okay.
He did... Yeah, I don't know any of these other ones.
Yeah, never mind. His name just sounded familiar, and I could just be getting it mixed up with another name.
Yeah.
But my point is, it is an anime. So that would be actually the first anime that I watched with my mom. And it was my favorite one. So that's what I would show her.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I love that we both bonded over that.
Ghibli's. Ghibli's would be a good entrance.
Oh, yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
All the Ghiblis. Which, that's another point to make. The studio, how many Oscars have they been nominated for? I feel like there was like a string of them getting a lot of them at first. Or at least, I know Spirited Away got nominated for an Oscar.
Let's see. Studio Ghibli has gotten... hold on. 6 nominations with 1 win.
That impressive. Just
yeah,
saying.
So films, it was Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, The Wind Rises, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, the When Marnie Was There, and The Red Turtle.
I see no lies. These are all facts.
Which is really cool because I do think that Spirited Away and the amount that Spirited Away gets played on TV and everything.
Yeah.
That I feel like Ghibli is definitely a gateway too.
It's a huge gateway, I think. And I mean, when you think about obviously when they do the dubs, they want to get actors involved and famous people involved. But when you find out the actors who are involved with them, I think that's something that's super impressive too. It's it's not like they're not just getting somebody random.
Yeah.
It's just Jada Pinkett Smith is a voice in a Ghibli movie.
Yeah, they actually go all out for the voice casts. And I think it's really cool too because I think one of the things that led to a lot of mainstream success with Ghibli is that they chose American voice actors so that it's not a foreign film, right? And I'm using bunny ears here, but it's easy to fall into and love and get into it. And I think that's been one of the things that because a lot of anime voice actors are outside of Ghibli are the same across the board a lot of the times. I think it's really facilitated this ability of oh, I recognize that voice. Exactly. And as you keep recognizing voices, it becomes normalized and it becomes mainstream, and there you go.
I agree 100%. I mean, because the voice of Hal is Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And it's when you rewatch, and when you rewatch it and you hear that voice, I'm like, holy crap! It's just I will always remember that that's his voice. It just makes me think of all that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I know we could keep this conversation going for forever, but I also know that we tired. Yes. And we can always have a part 2 of this discussion. I do want to make one last comment because I just want to say the impact that anime has had on other forms of entertainment, like film and movies, since we were just talking about Ghibli.
Yeah.
But the head nods, or not the head nods, the homages that films will make to anime, I think it's something that's worth noting. Or I recently watched the Steven Universe movie, and Rebecca Sugar, as many people know, loves anime, and Steven Universe is pretty much anime adjacent because it uses a lot of tropes in anime, like the star-eyed faces, the expressions, all this stuff. And it's they threw in a head nod towards Akira.
Yeah.
And in one of the scenes, I'm like, that's dope. Come on. That's really dope. And I think it's cool when you see other anime, when people do the fusion dance, or they power up to be Saiyans, or they do. It's just these are things that anime has had an impact on. As much as people don't want to call Avatar an anime, I'm gonna call it a Western anime.
Yeah.
But Avatar was really influenced by a lot of anime, and I mean The Matrix. That's another one. There's we could go on forever. But I just felt I wanted to make a note about that.
No, and I think it's a really good thing to make. Hold on. There's a film that I need the name to. Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim is all freaking anime.
Oh,
that entire thing.
Our favorite franchise. Well, one of our favorite franchises. But yes, it is. Mechs, giant monsters. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's they said, we want to make Neon Evangelion, but can we call it something else?
Yeah.
And throw in Godzilla. Yes. It's like, it's the best. And Gundam. It's so good. It's just so good. It brings in everything I love in, like, anime. Like, in the characters. Yeah. Oh, man.
And also, too, like, I don't know if you've seen it, but Black Swan is actually hella close to Perfect Blue.
Yes. I've seen Black Swan. I've seen Perfect Blue. And, like, I saw Perfect Blue after Black Swan because someone recommended it to me. And it totally makes me think of that. Yeah. Like, it... Oh, just, yeah. It gets dark, just like Black Swan. Like, it's crazy how, like, the similarities between the two. And, like, I don't know if it was done on purpose. I don't know, like, if someone's... I'm like, it's one of those things where...
Aronofsky owns the rights to Perfect Blue.
Really?
Yeah, he just never made a live action of it.
So did he just, like, watch Perfect Blue and then decide, like, let's do this, but with ballerinas?
I have no idea.
Because, not gonna lie, it would be... If someone made a Perfect Blue live action adaptation, I don't think I could watch it.
Yeah, no. Seeing that with humans would be...
I can't. There's just some things that we can watch animated that we can't watch in live action form. And... Yeah. We're totally fine with giant humanoid titans eating people, but we're not okay with other stuff.
Nope.
But with that, I think you can conclude this chat for now. I mean, we could always open it up later if you guys want to hit us up on our Twitter. And, sorry, I'm still getting over this cold. Hit us up on our Twitter. And, you know, if there's any influences that you feel like that anime has influenced, if there's any industries you feel that anime has influenced, please share them with us. Oh, shoot, we didn't even talk about video games. Okay, there's going to be a part 2.
Yes, there will be a part 2. Just an anime and video games.
Yep.
Well, video games outside Japan, because obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to have to do that. That'll be awesome. So where can people find you, Kate?
You can find me at ohmymythrandir on Twitter, and you can find the podcast at dyht_pod. We're really closing in on 500 followers, which means we're going to have to review Ghost in the Shell soon.
Do we? Do we really have to?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No, I made that promise, so I'm not saying nothing. Oh, well. And you guys can also find me at LA_NEY_SHA. And with that, will I lose my voice by the next time we record? Or will I have it back to normal? Will Megan Thee Stallion... What will Megan Thee Stallion's next cosplay be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I just... I want to see her dress up as, like, Bulma.
Oh my god, Megan Thee Stallion would be an amazing Bulma!
Right? And she's got blue wigs. I know she does. She has plenty of blue wigs.
Oh, that would be so good.
I'm just saying. And lastly, are y'all really gonna make us watch Ghost in the Shell? Please, don't.
Yeah.
But it's fine if you do, but you have to join us watching it. And with that, find out next time on Did You Have To? Bye.